The Nevada Partnership for Homeless Youth is credited with the passage of the Right to Shelter Law, a Nevada law that gives abused, homeless, runaway, and throwaway minors the right to receive the same services as homeless adults.
It is heartbreaking and extremely difficult when you hear the stories and you see the pain in their eyes and the fear. You know, all you can do is just pray for them, but it really does compel you to help and jump in there and do what you can in order to make a difference.
We find chronic street youth and help pay for emergency shelter, as well as distribute backpacks with food, toiletries, and socks. We provide blankets and jackets along with food and healthcare vouchers. We also provide assistance with telephone calling cards, TAM cards, Social Security cards, birth certificates, and job placement. We created the only community-wide voicemail system where street youth can be assigned their own personal number for communication with family members or potential employers.
Not being able to sign a lease or go into facilities for services and having to sleep on rooftops or on the streets or in squats and stairwells or out in the desert.
Her husband used to hit me a lot every day, and I took it for so many years.
It's like if you're homeless, you basically have no place to refer employment to.
Then the last time he tried to hit me, I ended up flatlining him. I don't know, I guess he thought I was still the little kid he used to beat up on all the time.
And a lot of these kids have to dumpster dive. They literally wait for some of the neighborhood bakeries and restaurants to throw out their food so they can go in there at nighttime and feed themselves.
My mom she didn't have the time to deal with me. So I just decided to leave my house, and it really didn't matter. I mean, my mom never went out there and looked for me.
As soon as I turned 18, I got kicked out. And when I got kicked out, I started living in the park. And when I was living in the park, I had to sleep on the benches. I, got jumped a couple times by people.
When I turned 15, my mom left me. She wanted me to drop out to help with the kids. And we got in a big argument. She kicked me out. By the time that I wanted to go back, because I have nowhere else to go, I went to my house and she was gone.
Try to assemble in your thoughts and your heart what it would be like to be 16 years old and having to live like this day in and day out.
They think I got it all peachy and cream out here, and it ain't. I have people that want to keep my ass like that for absolutely nothing, just because I ain't got money, I ain't got food, I ain't got a place to stay. I have people looking at me. I have people telling me I should go home. I can't. They don't want me. I just don't know what to do, honestly. I'm trying to pull through.
Every single child is guaranteed the right to basic survival.
And we were all sleeping in the back of the station wagon. We used to sleep together to keep warm, and my mom would go out. We don't know what she did. And then eventually she decided she didn't want us anymore when she came down to Vegas, left us on the steps of Child Haven and waived all of her rights. I turned 17. We were still going through the same routines, getting up, get some food, and we were actually only eating one meal a day.
The safety mechanism and the degree that they get harassed by pedophiles and even some of the adult homeless populations, one night on the streets is absolutely excruciating when you look at weather conditions.
I was in a foster home for 2 years, but I aged out of that. I had nowhere to go after that, so I was kind of bouncing around between places for a month and a half.
I see a lot of teenagers, none of whom are healthy. They're usually dehydrated, malnourished, have chronic and very severe histories with sexual exploitation and physical abuse, substance abuse, failing grades, mental health and emotional health instability, almost always because of some pain that their parent has inflicted on them.
Is to be able to survive on my own, have a family of my own. And I got a job, I got on my feet, I got enough money saved, and if somebody gives us a nudge in the right direction, we're more likely to prosper. And I'm living proof of that.
You see the kids themselves then becoming advocates. There is nothing more rewarding or miraculous that you could possibly encounter. The audience obviously here tonight are great supporters, and we thank you. I hope that they take this message with them as they go back to their lives tomorrow and next week in their offices and see if we can just pull together and do a little more and see if we can get one more kid off the street.